Alright, what's going on, everyone? If you hear heavy machinery, it's because there's heavy machinery outside my window right now. But good news! We're playing Affinity, so it's on brand. So I have to play Affinity every time there's new Affinity pieces like this one and Spider-Man, and it took me a while to get around to it this time because, well, I didn't feel like playing with Spider-Man cards, and no one was interested in watching Spider-Man videos, so I just said screw it with this set, and we just ignored it kind of. But I gotta do this before Avatar releases. So this is a new Affinity card. It is basically Steel Overseer and Standard, a little bit different in interesting ways. So it's a 3 mana 2/3 vigilance. Oh, by the way, in paper it's Spider-Man. I don't know. Vigilance, 3 mana 2/3. You can tap it to put a +1/+1 counter on each artifact, creature, or vehicle you control. Now, what's different between this and Steel Overseer is you have to choose whether you want to attack or put counters on stuff. Like once this Steel Overseer gets to by the way, I'll just put it on screen. I don't want to change the deck. Here it is, Steel Overseer. So like when Steel Overseer gets to like a 4/4 or a 5/5, you kind of want to attack with it, but then you can't put counters on your other stuff. And with Vigilance, what this means is you can attack, and then during the declare blocker step or whenever, you can tap it to add the counter. So you get both. You get both the counters and the ability to attack, which is pretty cool. So we're playing this in an Affinity build. We're playing these Affinity creatures that cost less for each artifact we control. So this can be a 2 mana 5/4 flying Surveil 2 when it enters. This can be a 1 mana 3/4 flyer. And we have a bunch of artifacts. Even our removal is an artifact. We have card draw here, that's an artifact creature. And the cool thing about these cards is they power up Emissary Escort, which is a 2 mana 0/4, but it gets +X/+0, where X is the greatest mana value among artifacts we control. So if we have this in play, for example, this is a 2 mana 7/4, so that's pretty fun. This also has power equal to the number of artifacts we control, so even just by itself, it's a 2 mana 1/3. A single artifact makes it a 2 mana 2/3, which is already above curve, and then it gets just big. It becomes a 5/3 and a 7/3 and a 10/3, and we can power this up with things like Tinker's Tote, which is an artifact that enters and makes 2 1/1 artifacts. That's 3 artifacts. So if this was our only creature on turn 2, if we play this on turn 3, this is now a 4/3 attacking that we paid 2 mana for and attacking on turn 3, right? So that's pretty cool. This also, if we get max speed, we can start copying all of our artifacts that we cast by paying an extra 1, which can be pretty powerful and almost never happens. For 1-drops, we have a 1 mana 1/1 that gets +1/+0 if we have an artifact. So usually a 1 mana 2/1. We do have an artifact land, notably. And we can also pay 3, search for other ones. They search for themselves, which is fine. It's not very good for 3 mana, but it's a mana sink in the late game. And this is a 1 mana 1/1. It can become a 2/1 if we have max speed. And also when it dies, it makes another 1/1. This just enters, draws another card. It's just kind of filler, but card advantage. And we have 7 mana, but Affinity for artifacts, draw 3, gain 3. Hopefully a 2 mana, draw 3, gain 3. And something else to note is like this thing going wide is really good with this thing adding counters. And same thing with if this dies, it makes another 1/1. These searching out more lets us go super wide, which is good for Affinity, but also good for just pumping out a ton of counters. Also, didn't mention, you can remove counters to draw cards, which is definitely relevant sometimes. So, yep, just Affinity. We gotta play the Affinity deck. We gotta play the new Affinity card. Let's go. I will say, I do think this is more of an unranked power level of a deck, but we'll go second against the aggro deck and ranked and just get absolutely crushed. Are you guys ready? Green or red? Which is it? Are you Landfall? You're Landfall. So Landfall or red aggro. It's one or the other. Alright, and then we gotta wait for our opponent. They're so slow. I'm pretty salty, because I know what's ahead of me here. I should just switch to unranked. Maybe we will after this game. I have to play this deck. I don't think it's powerful, but I have to play it. Like, what are we doing here? Come on, opponent. You're not even playing a difficult deck, and you're struggling. So we play this. We're probably going to discard a land. Yep, we're going to discard a land. Okay. I'm going to get this turn 3, but we die on turn 4. So I don't think it matters. Okay. You want to attack? I didn't think so. Yeah, we're dead next turn, so we'll go to unranked after we lose this game. Because, I mean, we're not going to compete with this stuff. If we're playing best of one ranked, I mean, at least, I would say, if you're not playing like 8 to 10 removal spells, you're probably not winning. Unless you're one of these decks that can win on turn 4, right? You either have to win on turn 4, or, yeah, I mean, this is over. Because he's double trigger. They sacrifice this, double trigger. Alright, we're going to unranked. Screw this. Screw this. But in best of one, you either need to be winning turn 4, or your deck just has to be removal deck, which is fine. The reason, if you look at my standard playlist, you'll find that like probably 8 to 9 out of the 10 decks I play in standard are black, and my decks are always 8 to 10 plus removal spells. It's just necessary. Man, the mana in this deck sucks. I got 2 of these, but I can't. This is the only castable card in my hand, so I have to mulligan. This is better, kinda. Probably put one of the 1-drops back. Yeah, this is fine. I'd rather have this card if I'm going down a card, so it is what it is. Now, the question is the opponent cringe in playing a ranked deck in unranked? And the answer is probably. That's fine. I mean, not a big deal, especially when we draw that. So now we can play Tinker's Tote next turn, and this will be 4 power. Okay, opponent is not a tier 1 deck. Well, that's fun. Isn't that fun? I think it's fun. So they can kill this, I guess. I don't know. But we can cast this next turn no matter what. It is now a 1 mana 3/4. Opponent goes to 16. Yeah, best of one. The reason best of one feels... It doesn't feel bad. It kind of feels a little bit bad. People say power creep, maybe, but also the format's just so big. There's so many cards that the decks are super optimized. People compare them to... Well, that sucks. People compare them to early, like, modern decks, and I think it's fair. They are, like, basically modern decks from like, 2015. I'd say they're pretty close, actually. So this is a burn deck, but they're using their burn spells on my creatures, which is usually fine. Sure. I get another 1/1. This has to be like, it cares about number of spells in the graveyard or something. I don't know. Because they're playing like a control deck, but they're mono red. Artist talent, which fills the graveyard. Okay, they're a red deck. They seem to care about the graveyard for some reason. If only I had one more land. I'm going to play this though. And I will attack for 1. Nice. What can this get? Non-land permanent. So I can get rid of this. This is killing a 1/1. Don't care. I mean, they're trying to fill out their graveyard. Maybe it's some kind of big red deck. I don't know. It's weird. So they probably have a braid if they're so intent on killing creatures. If they level it up, that's good. I'll use the snare on it. The 1 tap land in the deck. Put that in the graveyard. Play this. We'll take this. So now if they have a braid, they have to choose between the guardian and the snare. We're at 4 speed. Pass the turn. Oh, I could have tapped this. No, I couldn't. The damage is what got me to 4. Okay. Lots of drawing, discarding, filtering through the deck, filling the graveyard. Okay, interesting. So we can pay 2 for this. I'm going to do a second main phase. I'm going to tap this. Going to do this. This is a counter, by the way, so that's fun. We will attack for 4. Alright, I'm going to play this, and in our next turn I can double this if this is still alive. Might not be. Now the cool thing about this, after you hit max speed, is if I had like a 1-drop, I could play this, play the 1-drop, and then double it immediately. 3 damage to all creatures, sure. They shuffle their stuff back in. Okay. Well, that cost 4, so I'll go ahead and do that. Surveil. Land away. I'll keep this. I'll put a counter here and attack for 5. Opponent has 2 things they need to kill. They have 2 cards. I think this is over. So this is just the raw power of these affinity cards, right? If you can get them down, they're very stumpy. Okay. Sure. You're dead though. Yep. Well, that's the difference between ranked and unranked. Sometimes. And sometimes you just gotta have fun in unranked, man. It's okay. I really need to get back to playing best of 3 though. I haven't played a best of 3 match in many months. And the combination of playing... I always play best of 1 in videos. But in terms of like my free time, I haven't been playing best of 3 at all. And, man, the current size of formats, it's just not suited for best of 1. I will say, in best of 1's defense, I see people say, you know, Magic Arena ruined Magic because of best of 1. I played best of 1 in the early 2000s. It's how I learned to play. It's how everyone played Magic in 2000s is, you know, I played at schoolroom lunch tables in 2002 in high school. I took my decks, rubber banded together. Oh my god. Okay, we lose again. This is a tier 1 deck. This is just the synthesizer deck. Presumably, they got a... maybe not. Probably. It probably is. Can I ever cast this? Right now, no. I'm just gonna get rid of it. But I learned to playing best of 1. I played best of 1 for like 5 years before I ever played a best of 3 match with a sideboard. Okay, this is like some kind of tokens thing. I need this. Gonna play this. Not going to attack. Yeah, best of 1 was how casual Magic was played. We didn't have sleeves. I bought theme decks, and then I'd modify them, and I'd rubber band them together, stuff them in my pockets, go to school, and play best of 1 games at lunchroom tables in a high school. And I did that for 4 years. 5 years, technically, because I played a little bit outside of high school. Some of my friends stayed together and we played in a basement of a VHS rental store. Man, that's a fun thing. But, yeah, so like, Arena didn't ruin Magic with Best of 1. Best of 1 has always existed. What made Best of 1 so miserable is it's competitive now, right? It's competitive Best of 1. So it's, like, ruthlessly optimized where it wasn't before. When I was playing in high school, everyone was playing with garbage, casual decks, right? But now we have so much data, and it's hyper optimized. That's the issue. It's the optimization of tier 1 decks. They cannot kill my thing. So I attack for 2. Then I tap counters. So Arena didn't ruin Best of 1 or ruin Magic with Best of 1. But the ability to gather information about the Best of 1 metagame allowed it to become optimized where it wasn't 20 years ago, right? That's what's different, is hyper optimized Best of 1 where every single deck is just like a monotonous do your one thing super quick, you know, smashy, stupid format. It's a dumb format, it is. It really is just a stupid format. I think they have a board wipe here. Because these token decks do play board wipes, because they wipe the board and then they just refill it with tokens. Yeah. Okay, well I get another 1/1. I can still cast this. No, don't kill it. They're gonna kill it. They're gonna kill it. And then I won't be able to cast this. I can snare the Enduring Innocence. They're low on cards, so it's actually not bad. Have to wait for the opponent to make a decision though. It's gonna take a while here. Seamrip. Okay, that gets the token? Sure. Well, what am I doing? I'm gonna do this. I'm going to get this. So I can't do anything. We play this tapped as a blue land. I attack for 3, but then I tap for the counter because that's what's cool about this card. We get to attack and we get the counters. Yeah, this deck does care about drawing, so getting this out of there is good. We want to save this one for their talent. There it is. Wow. As I say it, there it is. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, so I can't play both of these unless I draw a land. Probably want to get rid of that like ASAP though. I don't want them drawing cards. They have 1 card. If I get rid of their card draw, That's good. They can, in response... Well, oh, it's tapped. In response to me playing this, they can sack their carrot cake. I'm not going to highlight it because I don't want them to see it. I mean, they should get a stop. Yeah, there we go. So they're going to activate this. They're going to get a token. They're going to get a draw. And they get the scry. Yep. This entered untapped. We could play this. We do not have an Azorius Shockland in standard right now, unfortunately. So the man is awkward. Yeah, just attack for 4. Add the counter. Might consider drawing. Yep. I mean, we'll wait, see if they remove this. If they do, we can draw. We can pay 2, remove 2 counters. I'm waiting for this to be useful for, like, we need an artifact that enters with a bunch of counters and then removes 1 per turn for some value. And then this ability is going to be pretty sweet. I don't think there's anything like that. Like, we need an inverse Midnight Clock, right? Midnight Clock gets counters every turn. And then once you hit, what is it, 12, 20, whatever it is, then it goes crazy. 12, right, for each hour. It's a Midnight Clock. But, we need, like, I don't know, an artifact that enters with like 5 counters, and then when it runs out of counters, it does something, and then you remove them to draw. Kind of like, there was a deck like that in Time Spiral with time counters. I don't have an answer this time. That's a bummer. Do you have a way to make tokens? They have the fountain port. Ugh, pain. So they play this, they make a token, they scry, they draw. I don't think we can win this. I'm going to draw with the... because they're blocking forever. So let's just wait for them. You don't want to make your token now. I wouldn't do that, but okay. Because you don't get to draw again. You want to save that ability to draw. So let's remove counters. Draw a card. Submit. Draw. It's okay. That's less okay. I probably want to get... it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. I will get a blue land. So this one costs 3. The other one's going to cost 2. We get to surveil 2 twice. Like, both of these are okay. Do they win the game, though? I kind of just want the flyer. I want to get flyers, go over top. Another one? That's awkward. Okay. Well, we'll do this. Attack. We'll add counters. And this is a lot of power in the air. Again, this deck plays board wipes. It will wipe the board. There it is. Okay, so we'll go ahead and draw. That cost 2. That's a land. Too many of those. Pay 2 for this. Opponent's still at 23. And this is a meta deck, by the way. Kind of cringe. Kind of cringe and unranked. But what can you do? At this point, we might just concede. I don't want to sit here all day, and this deck will take forever to win. I like these token decks. These Caretakers talent token decks. But, man, are they slow. Slow and grindy. It's what makes them fun to play. It's not what makes them fun to play against. If only I had gotten to max speed, though, these snares would be pretty cool. And you can see why removing all this card draw was important. If they didn't have the second talent, we'd be in a much better place. Yikes. Okay, that's game ending. We'll see what we draw. But, I mean, we can't win here. Yep. They have too much value. We don't have a lot of ways to generate cards. We have, like, what, 6 or 7 ways to draw a card? We're aggro, right? I mean, I guess there's 10 ways to draw a card. I mean, that's good. So, we'll stay and see what happens here. Tax for 4. I mean, that's useful. It makes me think there's gonna be another split up. Split up, destroy tapped creature or untapped creatures. And then we'll concede after that. We'll see what we draw out of curiosity. Nothing? Come on, you have a split up. There's no way you attack like that without a split up. Ultima. Well, gain 3. And that's game. Especially when we draw a land. I mean, technically I can play it. Sacrifice it. draw. No, there's no way. Get me out of here. Opponent's at 26 with their tier 1 deck in unranked. Look, I have tier 1 decks. I play them in ranked. I have casual decks. One of the decks I play in unranked a lot is Grow Dinosaurs. Gotta play fun decks in unranked, man. What's the point? What's the point of playing a tier 1 deck? What's the point of spending wild cards on a tier 1 deck and then playing it against bad decks? I don't know. It's weird. Blue. We will play Nesting Bot. Need a land. Oh my god, don't tell me you're playing Reanimator and unranked. Get me out of here. God, what a fucking loser. It begs the question, like, what even is the point of an unranked queue if it's just tier 1 anyway? I mean, we need a land, and it's okay. Could use like a 1-drop or something too. Probably should have played this first just in case I draw planes, and then I wouldn't have to deal the damage to myself. Tap land, surveil. Oh my god. 2 Reanimator decks in a row. Nope. I'm just not going to play against you, man. Get out of here. These games don't count, but I'm going to leave them in. Because we got to expose these terminal losers who play Reanimator and unranked. How pathetic are you? You know, I'm not an attack... Man, his hand is not good. I'm not an antagonistic person generally. My entire channel was helping new players improve their precons and new player guides and helping people get into the game. I consider myself a informational, kind of helpful guide type of person, but I will never cease to just insult the absolute fucking cringe lords who play tier 1 decks and unranked. And this looks like Landfall. If they ramp into Hydra, we'll just quit again, and I don't know. After that, I'll just... I don't know what we're gonna do. I hate unranked. It's so pointless. Yeah, nope. Get me out of here. Why does this game mode exist? Why does it exist? Does anyone know? Does anyone know? I know I have the perilous snare, but like I kind of feel like I want to put my foot down, you know? Like I'd rather concede to that person and hopefully they get matched up against another tier 1 deck. But like, man, sorry. This is me. This is the extreme of me. Look, I'm not a very animated guy, but I will never understand tier 1 and unranked casual formats. Never understand it. Don't get it. You can't convince me that there's an excuse for it. We have the same avatar and the same, what are these called? Companions now? So that's interesting. What if it's a mirror match? That'd be fun. I have a pretty good hand for a mirror match. If I draw a land, we got a 1-drop, a 2-drop, maybe, or a 2-drop, a 3-drop. Candy Trail. That'd be pretty good for this deck for consistency. There's our land. It's happening. It's happening. We're doing the thing. Next turn we play this. This becomes a 3-4. We attack for 4. Although I will say, nope, black, blue. I will say that going first in a mirror match does feel kind of cheap. Okay, so it's the mirror artifacts. I don't know what that means in terms of like what they're going to be doing. This might have been more power or more damage. I play this, I deal 5. I would have done 6, but it's fine. Grixis artifacts. Is it like a munitions type of thing? Because these look like munitions cards, right? Sure. Stunned. Yeah, these all look like munitions cards. I think this is like a... What's it called? What's... Our munition armor? I don't know. Whatever. You know what I'm talking about, maybe. Or maybe you don't. Play this as a white land. No, it needed to be blue. It needed to be blue. Ah, fuck. Can I undo it? Can I undo it? No. Okay, enter's tapped. So we attack. Counters. I don't have 2 blue if I draw the aerial unit now. Oops. Just don't wipe my board? Can they wipe my board in Grixis with 4 mana? I don't think so. Rotten Mouth Viper. So it's sacrifice a non-land permanent or discard a card. So we'll sacrifice this, lose 0. We gotta snare it. Okay. Well, that wasn't tier 1, so that's something. And we saw the deck do its thing. We curved out perfectly there. So that's nice. I just needed to vent my frustrations. Okay, this is... I mean, it's not exciting, but it's fine. I mean, we're going to draw a card here. We go super wide. So all of this is fine. It's a black land. Gonna kill my thing? No. Discard. What do we think we're playing against? I don't know. I guess this goes. Starting town. Now I wish I discarded a land, but that's okay. Attack for 2. Next turn, we get a 3 mana 3/4. Not very good, but it is what it is, unless they kill something. Discard. Okay, we're discarding a land now. Sure. So, yeah, play this. No attacks. These 2/1s are awkward. They just can't attack into anything. Feels bad. We don't want to sacrifice artifacts. Like, normally with aggro, you just attack if they trade, whatever. But we do care about number of artifacts, right? So, we don't want these to die for nothing. Which is partially why I guess this deck is not very good, right? You can't attack with your aggro threats. So we have Burglar Rat, Starscape Cleric, a discard spell. All very strange. Fair enough. Is it just... use this on this and... attack for 4? I guess so. God, that feels so bad, but what can you do? Get this out of here. That feels terrible. But that's what we got. Sure. It's a land. We can get a plains. And then we can play this and then get the other one. There's only one left. Right, that was... or is there one left? No, there's 3 left. It's fine. Target opponent sacrifices a creature. So in response, activate this. Get another one. Out of spite, I sacrifice the tapped one. And that makes me feel better somehow. So this reduces this to 4, which is good. Do this. It's not bad. If only we had 4 speed. We're 1 off. If this connects again next turn, we'll go to max speed. Okay, discard the land. I think it's gonna connect. I think we hit them. They have 1 land. I mean, they could have the 1 mana minus... dang it! Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. Okay, well, I'm attacking anyway. Please don't block. They don't block. Good. Okay, so I think it's... we go to max speed. We play this. We play this. We auto pay. We make 2 of them. Okay. And then go ahead and tap this. Put a counter here, I guess. Sure. I mean, we put out so much power. But... I don't know. It never feels like we can quite get there, huh? I mean, what? We're 2-2. We might win this one. So... sure. Go to 8. This is Death Touch. So what? I gotta block it though, I think. Okay. I mean, it leaves them with nothing. Sephiroth. Okay. Sure. So we do a counter here so it doesn't die in combat. We play this tapped. Do we play it tapped? I think I pay 2 life and then sacrifice this. I can't make a copy of this because it's a legendary. So decline. And then attack for 6. So I can get one of these or sacrifice this draw. Sure. Do I have another one? I do, yeah. Another one of these, I mean. Sure, this is fine. So they get a Death Toucher. So in that case, I think I want to go wide instead of drawing. Let's get this so it can attack. Guarantees we win here. Now something's getting through, right? Attack. Tap. Counters. That's going to be a win. Death Touch here, yep. Makes sense. Still dead, though. Okay, well, we can win against other casual decks, that's for sure. I said I was 2-2, but, you know, we're not counting all the Reanimator and Tier 1 decks. Those don't count. They don't count. We're only counting the games we actually played, which I guess if your win rate goes way up if you concede to all of your bad matchups. So I guess it's kind of cheating, but I wanted to play against casual decks and the unranked queue, and this deck is not very good. It does some cool stuff. I like this thing getting huge off of the affinity cards. This card feels good when it's in play, but it's so slow. If you compare this to like Ouroboros or Simulacrum Synthesizer, I mean, this is just nowhere near powerful enough. Ouroboros is a 4-cost card, but you know, it's if you compare this to Ouroboros, this and Ouroboros, which I guess I can. So both of these cards add counters on turn 4, because this one we need to wait a turn, right? The difference is this is not vulnerable to sorcery speed removal. Your opponent needs to have instant speed removal up, whereas this, you have to play it, your opponent untaps, so they have all their mana and all their resources to deal with it if they want to, and then this only adds 1 counter per turn, whereas this one adds 1, then 2, then 4, then 8, right? So, yeah, and this doesn't restrict you to any card type, whereas this needs to be in an artifact deck, so I think that gives you an idea of the power level you should be playing at versus this, which is just not up to what's good in standard. The format's too big for stuff like this. So casual deck, fun deck, go play it for fun, but not a competitive deck for ranked for sure. Alright, that's it. Leave a like if you liked the video, especially this one, because I feel like, you know, I was kind of angry and insulting people, so I might get more dislikes. So, you know, if you also don't like tier 1 decks in unranked, please leave a like to make up for all the people I insulted and who bitterly disliked the video before leaving halfway through. Sorry, my bad. But yeah, that's it guys. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.